EdTo student of Chateau Norsu campus. In this video, I will discuss about Presidential Decree number 603 as my report discussion in Ed 204 Foundations of Special and Inclusive Education. We will learn why is Presidential Decree number 603 related to Foundations of Special and Inclusive Education. So what is Presidential Decree number 603? Presidential Decree number 603, otherwise known as Child and Youth Welfare Code, issued in December 1974, signed by President Ferdinand Marcos. It is legally defined as special categories of youth, including youthful offenders, and directs to the Ministry of Social Services and Development to provide comprehensive services to assist in youth development. What is the purpose of Presidential Decree number 603? It is mandated to coordinate the implementation and enforcement of all laws, formulate, monitor, and evaluate policies, programs, and measures for children. Let's start with general principles. So, Article 1 is the Declaration of Policy. The child is one of the most important assets of the nation. Every effort should be exerted to promote his welfare and enhance his opportunities for a useful and happy life. The child is not a mere creature of the state. Hence, his individual traits and aptitudes should be cultivated to the utmost insofar as they do not conflict with the general welfare. The molding of the character of the child starts at the home. Consequently, every member of the family should strive to make the home a wholesome and harmonious place, as its atmosphere and conditions will greatly influence the child's development. Attachment to the home and strong family ties should be encouraged, but not to the extent of making the home isolated and exclusive and unconcerned with the interests of the community and the country. The natural right and duty of parents in the rearing of the child for civic efficiency should receive the aid and support of the government. Other institutions like the school, the church, the guild, and the community in general should assist the home and the state in the endeavor to prepare the child for the responsibilities of adulthood. So what is the title and the scope of the code? So on Article 2, the code shall be known as the Child and Youth Welfare Code. It shall apply to persons below 21 years of age, except those emancipated in accordance with law. Child or minor or youth, as used in this code, shall refer to such persons. Article 3, Rights of the Child. All children shall be entitled to the rights herein set forth without distinction as to legitimacy or illegitimacy, sex, social status, religion, political antecedents, and other factors. Every child has the right to a well-rounded development of his personality to the end that he may become a happy, useful, and active member of society. The gifted child shall be given opportunity and encouragement to develop his special talents, while the emotionally disturbed or socially maladjusted child shall be treated with sympathy and understanding and shall be entitled to treatment and competent care. On the other hand, the physically or mentally handicapped child shall be given the treatment, education, and care required by his particular condition. Child and Youth Welfare and Education. Access to educational opportunities. Article 71, Admission to schools. The state shall see to it that no child is refused admission in public schools. All parents are required to enroll their children in schools to complete at least an elementary education. Article 72, Assistance. To implement effectively the compulsory education policy, all necessary assistance possible shall be given to parents, especially indigent ones or those who need the services of children at home, to enable the children to acquire at least and elementary education. Such assistance may be in the form of special school programs, which may not require continuous attendance in school, or aid in the form of necessary school supplies, school lunch, or whatever constitutes a bar to child's attendance in school or access to elementary education. Article 73, Nursery School. To further help promote the welfare of children of working mothers and indigent parents, and in keeping with the constitutional provision on the maintenance of an adequate system of public education, public nursery and kindergarten schools shall be maintained whenever possible. The operation and maintenance of such schools shall be the responsibility of local governments. Aid from local school board funds, when available, may be provided. Article 74, Special Classes. Where needs warrant, there shall be at least special classes in every province, and if possible, special schools for the physically handicapped, the mentally retarded, the emotionally disturbed, and the especially gifted. The private sector shall be given all the necessary inducement and encouragement to establish such classes or schools. Article 75, School Plans and Facilities. Local school officials and local government officials shall see to it that school, children, and students are provided with adequate schoolrooms and facilities including playground, space, and the facilities for sports and physical development activities. School officials should see to it that the school environment is free from hazards to the health and safety of the students, and that there are adequate safety measures for any emergencies such as accessible exits, firefighting equipment, and the like. All children shall have the free access to adequate dental and medical services. The home and the school. Article 76, Role of the home. The home shall fully support the school in the implementation of the total school program, curricular and curricular toward the proper physical, social, intellectual, and moral development of the child. Article 77, Parent-Teacher Associations. Every elementary and secondary school shall organize a parent-teacher association for the purpose of providing a forum for the discussion of problems and their solutions relating to the total school program, and for ensuring the full cooperation of parents in the efficient implementation of such program. All parents who have children enrolled in a school are encouraged to be active members of its PTA and to comply with whatever obligations and responsibilities such membership entails. Special categories of children. Chapter 1, Dependent, Abandoned, and Neglected Children. So these are the definition of terms used in this chapter. In Article 141. First, a dependent child is one who is without a parent, guardian, or custodian, or one whose parents, guardian, or other custodian for good cause desires to be relieved of his care and custody, and is dependent upon the public for support. Second, an abandoned child is one who has no proper parental care or guardianship, or whose parents or guardians have deserted him for a period of at least 6 continuous months. Third, a neglected child is one whose basic needs have been deliberately unattended or inadequately attended. Neglect may occur in 2 ways. First, there is physical neglect when the child is malnourished, ill-clad, and without proper shelter. Second, emotional neglect exists when children are maltreated, raped, or seduced, when children are exploited, overworked, or made to work under conditions not conducive to good health. Chapter 2, Mentally Retarded, Physically Handicapped, Emotionally Disturbed, and Mentally Ill Children. According to Article 168, mentally retarded children are socially incompetent, that is socially inadequate and occupationally incompetent, unable to manage their own affairs. Second, mentally subnormal. Third, retarded intellectually from birth or early age. Fourth, retarded at maturity. Fifth, mentally deficient as a result of constitutional origin through hereditary or disease, and 6. Essentially incurable. Article 169, Classification of Mental Retardation. Mental retardation is divided into 4 classifications. First, custodial group. The members of this classification are severely or profoundly retarded, hence the least capable group. This includes those with IQs to 25. Second, trainable group. The members of this group consist of those with IQs from about 25 to about 50. One who belongs to this group shows a mental level and rate of development which is 1/4 to 1/2 that of the average child, is unable to acquire higher academic skills but can usually acquire the basic skills for living to a reasonable degree. He can likewise attain a primary grade level of education if he receives effective instruction. Third, educational group. This group's IQ ranges from about 50 to about 75, and the intellectual development is approximately 1/2 to 3/4 of that expected of a normal child of the same chronological age. The degree of success or accomplishment that they will reach in life depends very much on the quality and type of education they receive, as well as on the treatment at home in the community. Many of the educable retardeds may reach 5th or 6th grade educational level and can develop occupational skills which may result in partial or complete economic independence in adulthood. Fourth, borderline or low normal group. This is the highest group of mentally retarded with IQs from about 75 to about 89. The members of this classification are only slightly retarded and they can usually get by in regular classes if they receive some extra help, guidance, and consideration. They have to spend much more time with their studies than though most children in order to pass. Those who cannot make it are usually handicapped by one or more than conditions from that of intelligence. Article 170. Physically handicapped children is defined as children who are those crippled, deaf-mute, blind, or otherwise defective which restricts their means of actions or communication with others. Article 171, emotionally disturbed children defined as children those who are not afflicted with insanity or mental defect, are unable to maintain normal social relations with others and the community in general due to emotional problems or complexes. Article 172, mentally ill children, defined as those children with any behavioral disorder, whether functional or organic, which is such degree of severity as to require professional help or hospitalization. Article 173, admission of disabled children. The Department of Social Welfare, upon the application of the parents or guardians and the recommendation of any reputable diagnostic center or clinic, shall refer and or admit disabled children to any public or private institution providing the proper care, training, and rehabilitation. Article 174, training and opportunities for disabled children. Specialized educational services shall be expanded and improved to provide appropriate opportunities for disabled children. Vocational rehabilitation and manpower conservation agencies shall train disabled children for specialized types of jobs, services, and business which could be learned only by them and shall help provide opportunities for their future occupational placement. That the agencies and organizations engaged in programs and services for the disabled need not be limited to minors. Persons of legal age may be admitted whenever facilities are available for them. Article 175, planning of programs and services. Selected pilot demonstration projects needed by the disabled children shall be developed and shall be the basis for planning expanded programs and services throughout the nation. There shall be established area centers designed to bring together an aggregate of services to serve all of ages of the disabled with a specified geographical area. Article 185, Children with Cerebral Palsy. Children afflicted with cerebral palsy shall be committed to the institution which, under the circumstances of the particular child concerned, is best equipped to treat and care for him. Article 189 defines youthful offender. A child 9 years of age or under at the time of the offense shall be exempt from criminal liability and shall be committed to the care of his or her father or mother or nearest relative or family friend in the discretion of the court and subject to its supervision. The same shall be done for a child over 9 years and under 15 years of age at the time of the commission of the offense, unless he acted with discernment, in which case he shall be proceeded against in accordance with Article 192. Article 208, Offices to coordinate with the Council for Welfare of Children. The following offices and agencies shall coordinate with the Council for the Welfare of Children and Youth in the implementation of laws and programs on child and youth welfare. The following are Department of Justice, Department of Social Welfare, Department of Education and Culture, Department of Labor, Department of Health, Department of Agriculture, Department of Local Government and Community Development, and local councils for the protection of children, and such other government and private agencies which have programs on child and youth welfare. That's all for Presidential Decree number 603, otherwise known as Child and Youth Welfare Code. So I hope you have learned something from my video discussion.